Guys, thank you so much for coming in here to see me at Body by Design. I thought I would put up this quick video. I was with a couple of clients and they were having sort of a really hard time getting around what I was saying. And I know with myself that when I see things like diagrams or I have someone up waving in front of me, I have a tendency to learn a lot better and a lot more. So I just finished reading this book by Elizabeth, I believe it's Kubler-Ross, and the book was made in 1969 and it was Death and Dying is what the book was called, and it became a very popular book. And what it really broke down was what's better known as the 5 stages of change. Okay, you'll see this everywhere. The way corporate business and corporate America handles change is all based off this book. Pretty much anybody that you meet, like myself, that does workshops, even the most famous of the famous, people like Jim Rohn, Bill Clinton, Brian Tracy, all these guys got paid. I believe Jim Rohn was getting paid $50,000 an hour to teach this stuff. Brian Tracy gets paid probably somewhere right around the same. Bill Clinton was something like $120,000 an hour. That crazy general guy, Roshnikov or something like that, makes like, I think it's like $65,000, $70,000 an hour to pretty much get up and teach this stuff, okay? So it's very, very efficient. She did a very great job of this, and she is definitely the reason why a lot of these people teach this stuff today, okay? So what it is it's going to break down 5 different things. We're going to use the zero right here as status quo. I know it's numbered over here wrong. Sorry about that. But number 1 is status quo. So it's something you already believe. Let's take poverty, for example. Say you grew up very, very, very poor. Okay, you guys didn't have anything. Maybe you were in a single home. Maybe you had a couple brothers and sisters, whatever your case may be, but you guys struggled your whole life. Say you make it all the way through school and you finish high school and you go on to work your little McJob and, work really hard and diligently, but only make it so far, and you more or less settle on life. You say, this is just the way life is. I'm always going to be poor because I was born poor, and that's just the way it is. Same thing if you're overweight. You might not even been overweight your whole life, but maybe you got a little bit heavy in your 30s, and now you're hitting transition. So now you're putting on the average 15, 20 pounds a year, and you have no idea why, and now you're 80, 90 pounds overweight. And so now you're saying, well, it's just the way life is. What can I do? But then when you get out into the world, you start to realize that there are a lot more people doing a lot more things. And so you're going to come across things that might be different than what your beliefs are and really touch your convictions. So like if you meet somebody that was poor and just settled on the fact that they were going to be poor their whole life, then came across somebody that used to be poor but is now a multimillionaire. And now they both come from the exact same background, have the exact same amount of brothers and sisters or whatever the fact may be, but one person's got millions of dollars and the other person doesn't. So clearly their values have changed. Their outlooks of life unchanged, so they're gonna conflict. Okay? So now you have no choice if you were poor but to believe that it is possible for you not to be poor anymore. But what happens is you start to feel uncomfortable. That's when denial kicks in. Okay? This can't be true. This person's lucky. Or that person was able to lose that 100 pounds because they're lucky and gifted. Come on. Okay? I find this to be so true, it's not even funny, but it's a way that it happens. It's a way that our emotions work. We will find an excuse to deny it, whether it's procrastination or straight up conviction, in your face screaming. Okay? So number 1, which should be number 2. Okay? And then we have self-awareness. Once we get past the denial, we can start to sort of look in the mirror and really see ourselves. Like you hear me talk in past videos, sometimes you've got to be able to break away from yourself and use yourself as a third person to really see what's happening in this transaction or communication and make an outside perspective, right? There's an A, B, and C to the story. His side, your side, and what's actually happening, okay? Then what happens after that is you'll start to feel a little bit guilty, especially if you have some weight to lose. If you come from a poor background, you're probably effing fed up with barely being able to pay your bills and living paycheck to paycheck, and you're sick and you're disgusted. Disgusted is a great place to be because that's where change happens. So right after that, we have acceptance. Okay, I'm poor. Okay, I could have tried a little harder. Okay, I need a game plan. Okay, I am fat as a cow and I need to do something about it. Okay, you gotta get passionate. It doesn't matter what you're doing. At the end of the day, you gotta be excited about it. When you're learning, when you're reading, you shouldn't be laying back in bed reading. It is proven that if you're up in an excited state like this, like you see how I am, my chest is up, my energy is up, my eyes are open, you can really see that I'm awake and I'm going. This is how you learn. This is how you make focus, especially when there's times when you're tired and you don't want to get up, or you're sore and you don't want to go do more push-ups, okay? Or you don't want to eat that salad, you want to eat some cookies or a cheeseburger or something that's comfort food to make yourself feel better. You need to get up and you need to get focused, and this is how you do it. You can't do it all. Yeah, because I mean, if I came on here and I was telling you about change and how you can really improve your life, and I was doing it in this very monotone voice, you'd be like, turn this guy the fuck off. You know what I mean? He doesn't know what he's talking about. When you go to hire yourself a personal trainer, you don't go hire yourself the guy sitting down, being quiet in the corner. You're pretty much looking for the guy that's smiling and it looks like he really loves what he does. Because one of the great things about this job is that you really have to wake up to try to be your best every day, or you're just not going to make it. And by doing that, you really avoid and you really conquer a lot of things. Like, you always have to make sure that you have everything in order so that you're doing the best for your clients. So by being the best for your clients, you end up being awesome at life. You know what I mean? Things stay very organized, very planned, and when problems come, you handle them in a great fashion. And now everybody can be like this. Most of the guys that I personally hang out with in the gym that are absolute superstars aren't even personal trainers, but they live the exact same life as me. One of my buddies is a postman. The other ones work in offices. Some of them are carpenters, and they know just as much about this stuff as me. They might not get right into the science like me, but they truly live the life, okay? So this is acceptance, having the understanding that something needs to change. And now, number 5, experience. Okay, that's this guy right here. The reason why he's starting on the hill is because he has no experience, okay? He doesn't know. He's never tried to lose weight. He has no idea how to stop being poor. So you have to try some shit, okay? Like Brian Tracy says, you need to fail fast and learn quick. That is the name of the game, okay? You got to get up and you got to fail. I want you to fail every day. Every day I want you to experience pain. I want you to see the pain. I want you to grow. That's where your character comes from. Especially if you're a man. If you're a man, you need to be strong. You need to be proud. You need to be loyal to your partner. Somewhere along the lines, we've really lost this part. Okay? It doesn't make you a man to sleep with 10 different women. It makes you a man to stay dedicated and to please one woman for the rest of her life. Not yours. We are not here. They're not here for us. We were put here for them. Okay? And a lot of the things I see, a lot of these single mothers that I'm seeing is really unfortunate, and it's because we don't have role models. But that's another video for another time, okay? So this were the 5 stages of change, all right? Again, so you can make one of these and have it at home. Status quo, what you already believe, your identity of who you are, your associations of what you associate to things that maybe you get angry too much. Maybe you're sad too much. Your associations are messed up. Your identity's messed up. So then we're going to go to denial, because when we hear something from somebody that's beaten it, we're not going to believe them. Even if we more or less say we want to, deep down you feel that something like, oh my God, and it might make you procrastinate the hell out of thinking about it any further. Then we're going to go to number 2. We're up here in a high point, self-awareness, and this is the key. Really learn this self-awareness, because when you can pinpoint these things, you're going to get progress in life like you've never seen. When you're able to really see this stuff and analyze this stuff, even if it takes you a couple of days before you're like, oh my God, this happened because this, and this, write that down. Give yourself praise. All right, especially if you're really suffering from depression or something along those lines, really understand that when you see those things and you can connect them, then you can start to fight them. So give yourself a praise for that, all right? And number 3, self-awareness, really breaking it down on a plan. I'm fucked up here, 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 and here, and this needs to change. Acceptance, having the understanding that we really are messed up and we really do need to make progress and grow as a human. And then experiment. This is getting knowledge, okay? And if you're saying, oh my God, I don't have time to experiment, then you come and find yourself a coach like me, wherever it is that you are, and you find out how he does it with everybody else, okay? Find yourself a role model, somebody that's doing whatever it is you want to do on the highest level that you can find that represents the best core values, and then find out how they did it and repeat their pattern. Eventually, you'll turn it into your own. But by that point, you'll already be finding yourself successful because you've tracked everything and you see where everything is. And I'm going to get into a little bit later on more of like denial and acceptance and the meanings and stuff of them, okay? Again, this video went a little longer than I wanted it to, but thank you so much for coming in here to see me. And remember, my name's Josh, and this is Body by Design, and it's never too late to live the life you could have lived. I hope to see you guys next time. Bye.